On that day, when you decided to leave the anime club, I told Kai to leave you alone, per what we agreed to. As far as I know, he held true to that, until he pulled, well, this. It's honestly a mess here. It's pure chaos that Kai created, and we here have to sift through the rubble. Shift through the rubble is not the phrase, but whatever. I must admit, I admire your handiwork. You did a real number on him. Sometimes I wish I could do that to him myself, he says with a slight laugh. He's either acting or being genuine. With someone like Jeremy, it's impossible to tell the difference. Assume he's acting. Why did this happen? I wish I had an answer for you, Michael. I really do. But like I said, I'm at a loss. There was no reason for Guy to have gone after you. You held true to your side of the agreement, and he kept his distance. I don't know what changed. He has always acted with rhyme or reason. This isn't like him. Clearly there's something we don't know, or he's finally snapped. At any rate, I'll get to the bottom of this. I owe you that much. Oh, you owe me? I scoff at him. I do. I gave you my word that Kai would leave you alone, and you did what was asked of you. The situation was completely unprovoked. I'll solve this and wait to clear your name. I can't promise that I'll be successful, but I can promise to try my hardest. That's so reassuring. I understand your skepticism, but I'll let my actions speak for me. As a token of good faith, I've already selected a suitable courier to deliver your assignments to you. She is someone I trust completely, and I figured you could use some company while you're away from us. I figured it'd just be mailed to me. We could do that, but I think it's better this way. Principal Rankin agrees with me. It'll be worth it. You'll see. With how my luck's been, she's gonna hand me a pipe bomb. Ah, come on. There's no need to be melodramatic. I'm not up for any more games. Just email me the damn assignments. I don't trust a word you say. The arrangements have already been made. If I reverse course now, I'd be disappointing her. That'd be another fire that I frankly don't need to deal with. If you decide you don't want to see her, then just contact me and I'll ensure that everything is emailed to you. Sound fair? Who are you sending exactly? She's an old friend of mine. I think you'll like her. She's sweet, friendly, always full of optimism, which is what I think we all need right now. You'll like her, I'm sure of it. It's Sayori, isn't it? Yeah, you're such an excellent judge of character. I am. I've always known what kind of person Kai is. He's a loose cannon. Loose cannons can be aimed, but you can't always control when they discharge. And sometimes, well, they go overboard. Another moment of silence passes over the line before Jeremy continues. She'll be at your house after school tomorrow. I trust you'll be there. It's not like I have anywhere else to be. Splendid. Well, I'll get going. I'm sorry this all happened to you. You truly didn't deserve having this happen, and I'll see what I can do to expedite the investigation on your behalf. I'll believe it when I see it. That's fair. A sudden thought crosses my mind. Hey, before you go, why do you believe me? How do you know Kai did all this? Did he tell you something? I didn't get much of anything while he was on the gurney, but these pictures... I've known him long enough to recognize his work. Only he would stoop so low and go behind my back to do it. The student body might not believe in your innocence, but I do, Michael. And with me on your side, we'll get through this, one way or another. All right. Take care, Michael. I hope you feel better, and I'll update you on anything I learn. Okay. Jeremy hangs up. I lay out on top of my bed and stare at the ceiling, processing my conversation with Jeremy. I find it hard to believe that he let Kai go rogue and do something like this, on top of framing me, but he seems to be the only other person that realizes Kai was behind it all. And well, if he's willing to help me, it's not like I'm really in any position to refuse. I hope I don't find myself indebted to him. I don't trust Jeremy one bit. I let out a yawn as a sudden wave of sleepiness creeps over me. The adrenaline finally wore off. I surrender to my heavy eyelids and drift off to sleep. It's been a full day since the chaotic events of yesterday. It felt weird getting to sleep in on a weekday, but I guess that's one of the few silver linings about all this. My bruises have also begun to heal. I'm sitting out on my front porch, grabbing some air as I stare out into my neighborhood. My mom is out at work, and I've been stuck doing chores around the house for most of the day. At least the ones that require minimum physical exertion. Part of my punishment. Clearly, Mom didn't want me slacking off during my forced vacation. I let out a sigh. The girl Jeremy sent with my work is supposed to drop by here soon. Checking my phone, it's been about 10 minutes since school ended. Considering it's quite a walk between here and the school, I'd figure it'd be at least up to another half hour before she gets here. Oh well, I'll just enjoy the breeze while I can. I end up stepping inside to grab something to drink when I hear a knock on my door. I guess she's finally here. I down my drink and walk over to the door, opening it up to finally meet the mystery girl. Once I open the door, I immediately recognize her. I stare at her for a good minute, completely stunned by the situation. Her? Jeremy said her? The more I think about it, though, the more it makes sense. She is probably the only person that goes to my school that lives this close to me. Hell, she's my neighbor, even though I've never seen her outside of school. And I remember Sayori saying she was Jeremy's friend, so it all adds up now. Gah, I should have figured it out sooner. I noticed Sayori carrying a manila folder in her arms. I guess that's my work for the last 2 days. She awkwardly stares back at me, unsure of what to say to herself. Despite the awkwardness, she speaks first.
Hey, Michael.
Sayori, right?
Yep, that's me.
She says cheerfully, trying to cut through the tension.
I'm glad you didn't forget about me.
Kinda hard to. Another moment of silence passes through us before Sayori takes the folder and hands it to me.
That's your work for the last 2 days.
Got it, thanks. I turn and move to shut the door. However, Sayori blocks me by putting her foot in the door.
Hey, wait! Wait! Could we possibly talk?
I open the door fully back up. The nerve of this girl. What's there to talk about? I snap at her. I told you that I didn't ever want to see you again. I figured this would be Jeremy's idea of a joke, but it doesn't change anything between us. I don't trust him and I don't trust you. If you're going to come by to drop my work off, fine, I can tolerate that, but I don't want anything to do with you. So just get out of here, I say as I resume to close the door again in Sayori's face. Right before I shut it, I see another person walk up behind her.
Michael, wait.
I freeze up mid-motion. Sam? What the hell is she doing here?
Michael, wait, please.
She says as she walks right up next to Sayori. I stare back at the two of them, going back and forth between Sam and Sayori. Eventually, I'm able to get over my shock. What are you doing here?
I came by to check up on you. If this is a bad time, we'll...
No, it's fine. I just wasn't expecting you, I say as I look at the two of them. Do you, want to come in?
Yeah, sure.
I let Sam and Sayori enter my house. I take the girls to the kitchen and we sit down at the island. You guys want anything?
No, I'm good, thank you. I wouldn't mind some water, please.
I nod to Sayori as I open my fridge and take a water bottle out. I slide the bottle to her across the table and she barely manages to catch it in time before it goes over the edge. Guess she's slow in more ways than one. There's a long period of silence between us, only occasionally broken by Sayori's gulping. I eventually get tired of waiting and break the silence myself. So, what did you guys want to talk about? I don't really know that there is really anything to say on my part other than I'm innocent and I beat Kai up.
That's basically the reason we're here. We just wanted to see if you were okay, Sayori and I both.
Well, other than my bruises, I'm not too sore if that's what you're worried about. How are you? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, really.
I still can't believe that bastard tried to hurt you.
It's whatever.
It's not. Kai took things too far yesterday, and I gave him exactly what he deserved. I don't feel sorry for him, not one bit. I'm not going to forget what he did.
It's unfortunate that he tried involving me into all this, but it's done now. The school's been pretty crazy since yesterday. Everybody's been talking about how you beat up Kai. Lots of people are saying you're some superhero.
I let out a scoff. I figured the last thing I'd be in the eyes of everyone is some kind of hero. Especially when half the school probably thinks I'm some kind of creep. Aren't people still accusing me of taking those stupid pictures?
There's plenty of people who think you still did, but there's just as many people who think you're innocent.
Well, what about you, Sayori? Do you believe I'm innocent?
If Sam vouches for you, that's good enough for me. She told me everything that happened. I believe her. People have been asking her about what happened all day today. It's just been a mess.
I imagine. I'm sorry I had to put you through all that.
Don't worry about me, Michael. Worry about how you're going to get through this.
I sigh. I don't know what to do. I talked to Principal Rankin and the cops about all this, and they're going to investigate everything. I have no idea how long that's going to take, but I imagine I won't be returning to school anytime soon. And if I do, things are going to change. I'm forever going to be labeled as the guy who was the central figure in the whole picture scandal. I'm never going to be able to shake that label. It's kind of ironic. I distanced myself from Shiro because I wanted to avoid being perceived that I was just as bad as him because of that whole poem thing. What happened next, I'm labeled as something worse. Sayori and Sam say nothing. I shake my head. I don't know what I did to deserve this. I just wanted peace and quiet.
My plan was I'd just drift on through school until I found people that I clicked with and go about it from there. I didn't imagine anything like this happening at all. I was avoiding trouble and it found me anyways. Things are so bad here, I almost wish I stayed with my dad sometimes. I make eye contact with Sam, who looks on at me with a depressing look in her eyes. But I guess it hasn't been all bad. I manage a small smile, which she manages to return one herself.
Well, Michael, I believe that the truth will come to light and you'll be proven innocent. After that, people will move on.
Yeah, but if sure is anything to go by, that's not going to do me any good. Not that I ever had any designs to be popular, but still.
The problem in Shiro's case was that it was never proven that he did it, but he was never really cleared of it either. Not to mention, he did some other things to make friends that made it seem like he was guilty the whole time.
So Monica, you mean? Sayori looks at me like a deer in headlights. Yeah, I know about that. Shiro told me himself.
I see. Well, I figured you'd find out eventually.
Yeah. How's he doing, by the way? Isn't Charlotte his friend?
Well, from what I know, yeah. She's also a good friend of Monica. She didn't take the news about what happened to Charlotte well. I've never seen her get so upset before. It was bad. Shiro seemed pretty down in horrors, too. He didn't say a word in the whole period, much less look up from his desk.
Well, at least his future's not on the line.
I wouldn't compare yourself to Shiro, Michael. He has his own set of problems, and you have yourself to worry about. You're not him.
I know that, but people are still going to compare me to him.
So what if they do? Let them. You're your own person, Michael. Don't let that or what other people think over you rule your life. It's not healthy.
Sam's words strike a chord with me. I want to believe that, but I think she's giving people way too much credit. I just don't want all this to stigmatize me. I want to be able to make friends just like I did at my old school. With all this crap around me, people are going to want to stay away from me.
When the truth comes out, if they still want to hold that over your head, then you're not missing out on them. This place isn't perfect, Michael. I don't know what it was like at your old school, but I doubt things were much different. Everywhere has its shares of good people and meanies. You just need to take the time to sort through them all.
Sayori's sudden tone shifts has me shoot a confused look at Sam, who just simply nods at me. A revelation then dawns on me. Wait a second, I say as I point to the two of them. You guys are friends, aren't you? It all makes sense now. Sam acting uncharacteristically cheerful at times, the pinky promises, Sayori mentioning that her friend was out at the same time Sam was gone. How did I not see it? Sayori and Sam share a big smile at each other before turning back to me.
That's right. Since third grade, we've been childhood friends. Yep, that field trip to Pine Park is where it all started. I've managed to keep up with her after all this time. And you've been great,
she says as she side hugs Sam. Well, chalk that up to things I never thought I'd learn about. I clear my throat. So, what else is new? How are Kayla and Ruby doing? The girls end their embrace and Sayori shrugs her shoulders at my question.
I don't really see them around. Same here. I have a class with Charlotte and she was absent. Though I think she's going to be out for a while. Yeah, poor Charlotte. I saw the paramedics take her away. She was so pale. She was just like a ghost. It was really scary.
Sam comforts Sayori as she recalls what she saw. And Sam saw what happened with Kai. Sam cringes.
Yeah, he looked pretty bad.
A heavy silence passes between us. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. I don't know what it was, but when he hurt you, I just snapped. I wanted to make sure he couldn't hurt you or anyone else ever again. He's done so much harm to everyone, even if they might have deserved it. I just couldn't stop myself from punching his face in. I'm not a violent person, I swear. But I'd understand if you'd want to stay away from me from now on. You saw a side of me I didn't even know I had. My voice quivers as I grip the table, attempting to hold in my tears. A minute passes before Sam finally speaks.
Michael, look at me.
I refuse to comply with Sam's instructions.
Michael.
She says as she leans over the table and takes my hand in hers. I feel my heart suddenly take off as her hands make contact with mine. The warmth and smoothness of her hands offers me a small dose of relaxation. Now I can't tell if I'm avoiding looking at her out of guilt or to hide my blush. Eventually I comply with Sam's request. I look deep into her purple eyes.
You did what you thought was right. You wanted to protect me, and I appreciate it. You were at your breaking point, and I pushed you past it.
Yeah, I guess he did. I say wearingly.
You might have been out of control at that moment, but I understand why. It wasn't your fault.
I can feel tears bubbling at the surface of my eyes. There's no way I'm hearing this for real.
I was shocked myself at what you did. I didn't know what to do or what to say. And in those situations, I shut down and walk away. That's always been my primary defense mechanism. I've always steered clear of drama. But I know you're not a violent or dramatic person. You're a good guy, Michael. What happened yesterday didn't change my opinion of you.
I'm glad to hear that. Sam smiles longingly at me as tears finally trickle down my face. Still, I feel bad that I put you in harm's way. You didn't have to step in the way you did.
It couldn't be helped, and I stepped in because you needed my help. Besides, you had no way of knowing that he was following you.
Yeah, I guess. I wiped the tears away from my face. Sorry about that.
Don't worry, Michael. We all have our moments.
By the way, what happened to Chester, the guy who sits next to me in horrors?
Him? Oh, I know he had to go up to the office and he was out for the rest of the period. That's about it. Why are you asking?
Well, he was a part of that mob that came after me.
Oh, wow. Didn't think you'd do that.
Me neither. I did mention it in my written statement to the school that he was trying to chase me down, so I guess they're investigating.
I haven't talked to them yet, but I'm sure that they will soon.
Yeah. The three of us sit in silence for the next minute or so. After a while, Sam eventually realized that she was holding onto my hand and lets go. Both of us blush and try to avoid eye contact with each other as Sayori looks on at us with suspicion.
Well, I think it's time for us to go. We just came by to drop off your work and check in on you.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Sayori and Sam both smile at me as I walk them to the door. As we step out onto the porch, we're greeted by a refreshing early autumn breeze. The three of us bask in the breeze as it caresses our faces and flows through our hair.
It's so beautiful out today. I know! That'll make our trip to the High Point so much better.
High Point?
Yeah, Sam and I were planning to visit the High Point since it was so nice out today. And because she's sleeping over tonight.
Sayori says as she hangs onto Sam's arm the way a child would.
Yep. Plus, it's been a while since we've gotten the chance to visit together.
Oh, that's nice. Where's it at?
It's actually not too far from the school. It's by the park near the school. There's a walking trail that takes you straight there.
The park. She must be talking about the park Shiro, Kayla, and Ruby took me to. I remember Shiro mentioning that there were several different walking trails. Never got the chance to check them out myself.
Yeah, it's super pretty and super peaceful. If you want, you can come along with us.
Oh, I'm caught completely off guard by Sayori's sudden offer. I look to Sam for approval, in which she simply smiles back at me. Well, I've done all my chores, and it's not like I have anything else to do. I'm sure my mom wouldn't be pleased to know that I decided to leave the house while I was grounded, but she should be back late tonight. Sure, why not?
Awesome, you're going to love it, Michael. I'm just going to drop my house real quick and change, then we'll get going.
Alright, I'll wait here. Sayori takes a few steps before turning around at Sam, confused.
You coming? I'm fine, I'll go like this, I don't mind. Okie dokie then.
Sayori says cheerfully as she walks over to her house. I'm left alone with Sam, or just Sam. We both take a seat on the front step to my porch. And we're going to stop there for the moment. That's going to do it for now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time with more branching paths. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.